Hello and welcome to EMP Power Sports and Marine in beautiful St. Mary's, Idaho. Today we're talking about Rickman's, one of my all-time favorite motorcycles. We have a 1973 Rickman Montesa non-VR, and we have my personal 1974 Rickman Montesa VR. So we're going to go over the differences between the two. These bikes are 1 year apart, this being a 73 and that being a 74. To tell a non-VR, first off, if your bike's not a VR, you're going to have a side pipe. You're going to have flat, smooth fins on your head. They're going to have polished engine cases. And the bike's going to be right-hand shift with a left-hand brake. That is not a VR. If you have those things, you just have a Rickman Montesa 250. Also, the frames are slightly different underneath here, where the motor mounts are. So I've noticed there's a difference on the chassis between the VR and non-VRs. This is a non-VR chassis. If you ever come across when looking for a Rickman Montesa, they also made a Rickman Zundap and Hodaka, and then other Rickmans with big BSA and Triumph motors. Most of the chassis are slightly different. I know the Zundaps are different because I used to have one. So this is a non-VR 1973. This would race in an Arma Classic 250 class. Highly competitive bike. Now we're going to go to the one that everybody wants, which would be a Sportsman 250 bike, although it's kind of outclassed by more modern chassis designs on Huskies and Makos and things like that. But a VR, you're going to have, back to the exhaust, an underpipe. So this is a VR exhaust. Goes underneath, comes out here. You're going to have waffle finned heads. Yes, I know the cylinder head's on backwards. It was like this when I bought it. When I rebuild the motor, I'll flip it around. But you're going to have waffle finned heads like this. So that's VR. The VRs are left-hand shift with a right-hand brake. And usually your side cover is going to be painted black. You look down here, the chassis is slightly different to house this VR motor. You saw the tubing versus the tubing here. This is a VR chassis. This is a VR chassis that we have here on the lift. So those are some of the differences to look for. I have noticed just on the one model year difference between these two, there are several differences. Almost nothing is interchangeable. The swing arms are different. I actually have the nut off because I need the nut for that VR. And of course the thread pitch is different. I think the bearings are the same, and the races I'm going to find out today. The triple trees and forks are the same between the two bikes. So I'm hoping all I have to do is swap out the stem and the nut so I can hopefully build this VR, as the nut is an impossible part. There's 4 different Rickman nuts. So these are things to look for. If you're looking at these old Rickman Montesas, now you know how to tell a VR from a non-VR. If you find this video to be helpful and you like what we're doing out here, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps our channel. Also visit us at emppowersports.com. Every sale, there's some proceeds that go to building these bikes up in the shop and going racing and having fun. So please go and support a small family race team and business. Thank you.